Discipleship. Jesus said, "Go make disciples." In the beginning of the Catholic Church by Larry Yelinek, Chapter 9, Reaching Out to Friends, Building Bridges of Faith. On a crisp autumn evening in Buenos Aires, a young Jorge Bergoglio, later Pope Francis, invited a group of classmates to his modest apartment for tea and conversation. He listened intently as they shared their doubts, struggles, and hopes. Instead of lecturing, he asked questions, shared his own journey of faith, and simply modeled a life of integrity and love. Over time, his authenticity and compassion drew his friends closer to God, showing that evangelization often begins not with speeches, but with relationships built on trust and genuine care. Reaching out to friends requires humility, empathy, and a willingness to meet them where they are, both emotionally and spiritually. It is through friendship that hearts are softened, curiosity is sparked, and faith can take root. Scriptural foundations for friendship and evangelization. Jesus' ministry was rooted in relationships. He walked with his disciples, shared meals, and engaged with sinners and outcasts alike. He said, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another." John 13:34. Faith shared through friendship reflects this commandment. Paul encouraged believers to build one another up through fellowship. Let each of us please our neighbor for their good to build them up. Romans 15:2. The Catechism emphasizes the importance of charity and witness in relationships. Charity is the soul of the apostolate. It motivates, guides, and sustains every evangelizing action. It is expressed most effectively through friendship and personal example. CCC 849, 1822. Principles for evangelizing friends. Build genuine relationships. Friendships cannot be transactional. Invest in listening, understanding, and sharing life's joys and struggles. Lead by example. Authenticity in speech, actions, and moral integrity communicates faith more powerfully than arguments. Share your story. Personal testimony resonates deeply. Like Blessed Carlo Acutis, share how your faith shapes daily life and choices. Be patient and respectful. Faith is a journey. Resist the urge to rush conversion or debate. Create shared experiences. Invite friends to Mass, retreats, volunteer work, or prayer groups, providing safe spaces for exploration. Friendship-based evangelization thrives when relationships are nurtured with care, respect, and love. Saintly examples of evangelizing through friendship. Throughout church history, saints have demonstrated the power of friendship in evangelization. Saint Philip Neri, known as the Apostle of Rome, gathered young people in informal settings to discuss faith, play music, and grow in virtue. His joyful approach made the gospel accessible and appealing, and many were inspired to embrace deeper discipleship. St. John Bosco spent his life building trust and friendship with youth in Turin, Italy. Through games, mentorship, and genuine care, he guided young people to Christ, showing that relational connection often precedes spiritual transformation. Even in modern times, ordinary Catholics embody this principle. Reaching out with patience, shared experiences, and compassionate conversation fosters curiosity, trust, and openness to God's love. Overcoming common challenges. Evangelizing friends comes with challenges. Some may be skeptical, indifferent, or even hostile to faith. Others may feel pressure or fear judgment. St. Paul reminds us, "I have become all things to all people, that I might by all means save some." 1 Corinthians 9:22. We must respect boundaries, discern God's timing, and maintain humility. Our role is not to force belief, but to create an environment where faith can flourish through example, dialogue, and prayer. Prayer remains essential. Ask the Holy Spirit to guide conversations, soften hearts, and prepare both your friend and yourself for meaningful exchange. John 16:13, CCC 2672-2672. Practical steps for evangelizing friends. Start with listening. Understand their questions, concerns, and life experiences. Share faith naturally. Integrate your beliefs into ordinary conversations rather than formal lectures. Use media and technology thoughtfully. Recommend a book, podcast, or online resource that conveys faith with clarity and relevance. Model virtues in everyday life. Kindness, patience, and integrity witness to Christ more effectively than words alone. Pray consistently. Lift your friends in prayer, asking God to guide both hearts and minds. Reflection and encouragement. Friendship is a powerful bridge to faith. By cultivating authentic relationships, demonstrating love and integrity, and sharing personal stories, you can inspire curiosity and openness toward God. Evangelization through friendship is slow, patient, and relational, but its impact can be profound and lasting. Like Jorge Bergoglio, St. Philip Neri, and Blessed Carlo Acutis, you can use ordinary friendships as avenues for extraordinary witness. Through love, example, and prayer, your presence can invite friends to experience the joy, peace, and hope that only Christ offers. Evangelizing friends is not about persuasion, it is about accompaniment. It is file, walking alongside others, reflecting Christ's love, and allowing God to work in their hearts in His perfect timing.